Hi everybody, Lena Rodriguez here, coming to you from Sydney, Australia, in deep lockdown. I've spent actually most of the last 18 months in and out of lockdown, so it's sort of becoming hideously normal. Oh. And Australia, excuse me, is doing really badly with the vaccine rollouts. We're really good at lockdowns, and we're really bad at vaccine rollouts. And that's thanks to our Prime Minister, Scotty, from marketing. So somehow, we've fallen behind everybody in getting people vaccinated. Been really slow. Okay, so I thought it's the end of June, time to look for July and see what's in store. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'll quickly do a bit on the UK in July at the end of this. So you have to remind me, viewers. Okay, so here we go. The US in July. And how about Bill Barr? Now he's been interviewed for somebody's book, and he admits he knew all this stuff about the votes being stolen was BS. His words, not mine. And too late, Bill. Way too late. Do not expect any sympathy. Shocking that you knew and went ahead with it is even worse. I don't know who he thought he was trying to impress, but it's ugly. But let's look at the bigger picture for July. The bigger picture. The bigger picture for July. Now I'm improvising. I'm sitting on the floor. I don't have a dedicated workspace, but I'm kind of used to that. So this is tarot on the fly. So the US in July. US in July. We'll see what's going on here. Oh, okay. Oh, there's lots going on. And what do we have here? All right. So, bang in the center, we have the rather lovely Page of Wands, my Obama card, for those of you who may have forgotten. So this is someone who's really good at putting ideas across. It's a young person who's more mature than their years. This is the most mature of the pages in many ways. So this could be the progressive voice. It could be the AOCs and the Omars and so on, the young progressives who, if you actually listen to their policies, are quite sensible. But what's across them is the old guard will not give up. They're going to wait for it all to collapse before they'll listen to what the young things say. Right, there we go. So, underlying July, we have, let me do it this way, the out in the cold card. So, certainly not cold because it's your summer, but symbolically, this is the pointy end now of a long-term pandemic where people are really feeling it. I think the moratorium on evicting people from housing if they can't pay the rent has been formally continued, but it doesn't mean any slumlord can't kick people out, and it doesn't mean that things are resolved in terms of affordable housing. This, in a way, is my card of homelessness, and I think homelessness will increase because in summer, homelessness is disguised more than in winter, right? Because it just doesn't look as dramatic. but there's problems with homelessness anytime, and this is my card that there'll be a lift in that. There'll be some progress or some sort of deals being made in back rooms, but I think this is more on targeted projects. To me, this isn't part of the bigger vibe. There'll be some progress with some bills. The nation is still being held hostage to the GOP. This is the ruthlessness, that they bring to the table. They really don't care. Some Republicans are walking away. That's both voters and some lawmakers are making the decision to walk away from this character, which in a way this is a mix of the Yeti, McConnell, and all the naysayers. It's not the out and out nutcases. They would get a different card. But America is still held hostage to the lack of bipartisan reach across the divide. Why is that? Well, I'm glad you asked, intrepid viewers. It's because of the Yeti. Now, the Yeti has a complex thing going on here. So here we have this card, the Emperor, look at me, the Emperor with no clothes. That was always his role. Okay, but he himself is disappointed because it's just starting to dawn in his archaic Yeti brain that he's lost the election. It's only now just dawning. It's just dawning in Yeti brain. Now, outcome July, I'm pleased to see this. This is the Queen of Cups. This is the intuitive queen. But it could be a very emotional time, July, that's for sure. It could be a very emotional time. So I'm going to read now, while I've got those cards out for the basics, I'm going to look at weather. So it's always a volatile time for some. So weather. I'm going to pull 3 cards on the weather. Big events in weather. Okay, I think I got my Greta Thunberg card. So I think this is speaking to climate change and the repercussions of it. So just saying no to an opportunity, most governments around the world are not dealing with climate change. They've been given the opportunity over and over and over and over, and they fail to take it. Here's Greta, symbolic of people who worry about these things. So there'll be a bit of momentum after July, or at the end of July, there'll be momentum because there will be incidences. There will be momentum to talk about it yet again, the Green New Deal, etc., and defending on many fronts. Put it this way, I think FEMA, or the organisation that is disaster management, will be busy on several fronts. So I'm not a specialist in tarot weather, so I'll just say I'd put it at multiple instances, maybe even as many as 6. So that can be a flood incident here and something else there, but there's going to be several fronts on which this has to be fought simultaneously. So what should intrepid viewers be doing in July to stay sane and stay safe? Let's ask that question. Okay, advice for intrepid viewers. Oh, look what fell out. The 2 of Cups. Be really nice to each other and people in your realm. So you can't argue with zombies. We all know that. So stick with like-minded people. This is really important over July. As the nutters emerge and are barking at the moon, it's really important to stay in touch with a like-minded community online or your actual friends who are on side if you can. Just try and avoid the others. Oh, temperance. I love that in the High Priestess. So like-minded people keep balanced. So by that I mean make sure at least once a day you ground yourself, walking barefoot on sand or grass, something grounding, right? You can plant something. It can just be in a window box. You can plant something. This is nurturing and grounding and balance. Stay balanced. The High Priestess, this is a time where you can actually benefit from enrolling in some course or something that's spiritually oriented. Doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be a long term, just maybe a little 6 or 8 week course to upgrade your spiritual practice. You can read more. You've got infinite YouTube videos to explore. This is about the deeper mysteries, and it's a good time to embrace that. Okay, so now I'm going to have a quick look at the UK because Brexit is now in full swing. In some industries, they've lost so much money and markets. This was always going to happen. If you leave the common market, as it used to be, the EU, you lose not just the 27 member countries. No, you lose access to like 160 countries because the EU trades with all these other countries. And suddenly, because of your stupid tariffs and because of your stupid Brexit vote, unfortunately, every industry just about is going to lose money, some between 45 and 90%. The fishermen are upset because they were used as the face of the campaign. Let our UK fishermen fish in UK waters. Sounds great. But when you say no to everyone else, it means, well, you can, but what's going to happen? You're not going to have the markets you had for your cod and your prawns and your abalones. Duh. The same with agriculture. Farmers who voted for Brexit. Now they can't sell their beef or the dairy products. It was so crazy and people got sucked in. It was a very sophisticated campaign that seemed to be saying the opposite. So where is UK going over the summer with Brexit? It hasn't really dawned on people yet. I just heard hasn't dawned yet. It's beginning to, but it hasn't really dawned yet. Okay, UK. UK line, very strong. The stars, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 4 cards only and 3 are major arcana. So this is symbolically the British line. In the past position, ruling the waters. Don't forget, with colonialism, the British Empire controlled over 1/4 of the world's population at its height, you know. So it was very busy conquering huge tracts of Africa, Australia, New Zealand, of course, and most of Southeast Asia. These were the glory days when Britannia ruled the world. But now the people have been betrayed by the Brexiteers. They had 4 years to make alternative trade deals, which were never going to be good, but they could have been made, and they lost 4 years. And so this is not looking good for this summer as it filters through the system. Now, what I'd like to do is just pull you a couple of astrology cards here, just for energies to be aware of in this coming month. Now, any astrologers watching, please forgive me. I'm using this like oracle cards. it's not me making proper astrological calculations. It's just simply another way of looking at energies and energy transfers during the month of July for all of us. Okay, the astro energy for July. Astro energy for July. Sag, Aries, Pisces. So we've got 2 fire signs. My own, I'm a Sag. Okay, so that's higher learning, looking for the higher good, big expansive ideas, looking for big solutions, wanting to talk about the big stuff. Aries is also fire energy, a little bit more direct and bossy than the Sag. This can be quite inflammatory energy. It's like Mars. It's ruled by the god of war and so forth. So this is the various tensions and skirmishes that we can expect in July. Do not be surprised. Followed by Pisces, which many things with Pisces. It can be deceptive too. People can deceive themselves with Piscean or Neptune energy. Things can be confusing. Things can be unclear, not knowing quite how to read something or how to be even. So there can be this fluidity. It's almost the opposite of the Aries clear-cut, I'm right and you're not type energy. This is, whatever. So it's also very important to guard against depression in this time. So that means getting out physically and walking and lifting your spirits. And remember, I was saying just earlier in this video, lifting your spiritual game. If you've been using the same old mantras for 25 years, time to rethink them, time to refresh. Either if you've got an altar in your house, time to refurbish it, bring in some new things. Or if you haven't got an altar in your house, this is a good time to get it because it taps you into the spiritual energy. So just somewhere pretty and nice with things that are meaningful to you. That can be an eagle feather or crystals or a flower or anything that's meaningful to you. Okay, so there's going to be some volatility for sure in July. It could actually, translate into a myriad of ways, but expect some form of natural upheavals, and big rain. Pisces is also water, so water events. So blessings to you guys, and I'll be back before you know it. Take care. Keep those comments rolling. We seem to have got rid of our troll, touch wood. Okay, bye for now.